What you see here is over 25 books published from the community. These are all trauma survivors who had decided to start the process of writing their stories, and down the line they made a decision to turn that written story into a published book. And very, very soon, probably about a week away now, we're about to publish a brand new author who'll be publishing his book. I just got off a call with him this morning and we were going through towards the final steps of getting his book published, and we just basically went through the steps of getting his proof copy ordered. And very quickly, what that basically is Amazon will send you a physical book for you to finalize any corrections that may need to be made. And once you approve that, then it gets published. So we're like one step away from publishing. And we just ordered his proof copies. And, and what was really so beautiful to see was this release that came from him. Once the order had been submitted and he knew that his proof copy was going to be arriving in a week's time, because for many of us who've been through trauma, we've lived in silence, we've lived with our story for God knows how long. We've never been seen. Then we go through the process of being like, you know what, fuck this, I'm going to start to heal myself. Maybe you've gone down a road of therapies, maybe they've worked for you, maybe they've failed you, but you knew that there was still something that you needed to do for yourself, which is writing your story, by the way. And you go through the process of writing your story and you start to see where all of the dots connect. You start to see how you got to where you are today. And you start to put a narrative to the story that you've lived, rather than it being some big mess that's all over the place. You start to see a connection. And that's where you start to see the message. And then that's where your book is basically born. And it's a very surreal experience to go through, but bottom line is there will come a time when you really feel like it's the time to do it, because you have to, because it's time to find your voice. It's time to really find that personal healing that you desire, and it's time to start to live with some type of freedom. And that all comes from the process of writing your story. If you've been following me for some time, you'll see that I harp on about this all of the time, and if it's the first time you're coming across me, then you better get used to it, because there's nothing more powerful than writing your story. It's scary, it is. It's a scary thing to do. However, you got to go through this last hurdle, right? This last push in order to step into that world of freedom. So if you want to maybe join the community that we have, where we've got trauma survivors all around the world, we've got a community, we've got a full step-by-step course inside the community that will teach you how to write your story, that will teach you how to find a message, that will teach you how to create some type of book structure and get that first draft written. Comment the word community, I'll send you a link and hopefully see you inside. So maybe someday soon, maybe I can see you on my shelf.